Which continent is home? In 1847 Friant. Which of these Olympic gold medalists is? What is England's largest historic? Roughly how old was? What name is given to the grub of the? The word balcony comes from what year? What did Queen Elizabeth? Which of these was not in fashion in 1907? Which of these famous film directors was? Which of the big cats is also known as the dwarf leopard? Which of these terms? Pearl Harbor was bombed in. Which of these is the name of a jug for carry? What type of geographical feature? Which of these adjectives refers? Which academic year? What were Viking bazaars? Which of these Beatles singles came from the White? Which of these was a pouch attached? Which of these is a marsupial? Which of these words describe someone who is? The Crimean Peninsula has shores on. Which of these is an agent? When filling out a form. Which of these are Which singer featured on the Travi? Which of these countries is? Baby bear's porridge. What would a barber use a strop for? Which of these moons of Jupiter? Who captained the USA at the 2022? How did Madonna describe her 1990 greatest hits? In Greek mythology, how many gods lived on Olympus? Calamar is the Turkish word for what seafood? The giant redwood tree occurs naturally only in which state? What was the slogan for the 2018 Eurovision song? Before he became famous, what job did Mick Jagger once have? What type of tea is used in the Japanese tea ceremony? What type of tea is used? What is a pacifier known as in Britain? E. coli is a type of what? What Beatles song features a barber showing photographs? The Elvis Presley mansion Graceland is in which US state? How many lines are there in a limerick? What organ in the human body is the biggest user of oxygen? What would you be most likely to do if you had a tabor? Which golfer was the first European to win the US Masters? The phrase magnum opus comes from what ancient language? Who is Donald Duck's girlfriend? What type of creature is a yellow-bellied sapsucker? What type of creature is a yellow? The food company founder Henry John Heinz was known as what? Who was assassinated in Los Angeles in 1960? In the American music industry, what are chess and stacks? In the American music industry, which Mr. Men character lives in a teapot? Anthropology is the study of what? What color is the flesh of a kiwi fruit? What does Goldilocks do last in the classic fairy tale? Joey the Litz is a character in what musical?